Good day everyone, welcome to Educate Yourself. So in a previous session we have seen what is this input data validation using JavaScript and the concept behind. So here we are going to an example and the title suggests it's a form validation using JavaScript. So what is this form validation? We know that we have defined or created HTML forms in previous sessions, and we know what as an HTML form is. It will be having a collection of input values. So here we are going to validate these values. Okay, here we can say that HTML form validation can be done by JavaScript. That means hence this form contain a set of input values you can easily validate using the JavaScript. Okay, so let's get into the code actually. So the first one is we defined our document type HTML, root tag and head tag. Inside the head tag we are going to define our script. So the script as such we are going to define a function. Function is to do what? To validate the, since this is a form validation, we are going to validate the form or the inputs inside the form. Okay, so we have given a name like validate form, and inside that we can see variable x is equal to document.form. Since we are taking the inputs from the or the values from the form, we should give this like this document.forms inside this, which is the form name or which is a form from where you have to collect the values to x, and which is the specific attribute from which the value should be saved or stored. So thus we defined variable x as document.forms, giving the form name as myforms, and its f name, that is form name dot value. So here what we are doing, we are just connecting or we are just storing this form name from the myform into the variable x. And then what we are checking here, if x equal to null, that means if the variable x or the value inside the myform, that is f name, is null, you must give an alert for what? Name must be filled out. Okay, so the information or the idea behind the form validation is only for doing only one task, that is just to validate the form name inside the myform. Okay, so this is the program for that, or this is this code for that. Here we will be validating the f name, that is f name is an attribute inside the myform. Okay, so that is the form myform, and here is a name. So we are going to check whether this form name or the name is filled or not. If it is not filled, you must that will give an alert. When this is true, when this condition become true, what will happen? It will send an alert message saying that name must be filled out, and if not so, it will return false, and we'll get back to the body part. So first of all, what we have to do, we firstly have to create a form with the name myform, and since these things are should be there in the display, what we have to do, we have to first create or define a form having a name, action, and since this is a event handling or a form validation, we have to mention some event when to take place these actions. Okay, that is inside the script defined in the form function. So let's see the form, how this is defined here. Inside the body you can see a form tag having the name equal to myform and action equal to trial.html. That means we are passing the value inside the form to next page, that is trial.html. Then on submit equal to return validate form. Since the validate form is a function name that we have used in our script as the function name, and this function name suggests what? You have to first get the name, function name from the myform to the variable x, and then check whether this x is null. If that is true, what will happen? It will send an alert message or not return false. Okay, So that is the function we defined, and that is what it calls. And whatever be the message here, that will be there in the on submit, when this form, when the user submits that form, what will happen? If that is true, this he will get a message like this, or not, he can submit that. When the submission takes place, method equal to post. We have told that we have two different ways to using this method, that is get or post. That's upon you, you can use anything. Okay, so the next one is name. This is actually simply written like this because you have to display that as such in the page itself. So we just mentioned name, and input type equal to text. So that means this name is a field where you have to input something, that is name of that user. So the input type equal to text, name equal to fname. This suggests we'll get a name and a input field like this. An input field like this. So inside that you can write your name, or you can type your name. Input type equal to submit, value equal to submit, then you will get a submit button too. Okay. So thus we finished our form and also the HTML too. Okay. So here we find the difference, that is when you have to validate each of the elements inside your form, you have to mention, or you have to get that each elements to some variables and then check whether they are null or not, or whether they satisfy the input variable or input variable correctly. Then if that's so, just return false. If not, you must give some alert message to fill that. This is an easy way, and this is normally a very useful way and practical way you can use into your HTML forms and as well, because form validation is quite normal that we are seeing every day in our each of the form filling cases. Okay, so form validation using JavaScript is normally done like this. Firstly, we must have a form, and that should have an event where to takes place this validation, that should be there in the function. Okay, that should be described or to be stored into an event, then only this kinds of action can takes place completely. Okay, then you just design a form for yourself. Always keep in mind to give it a name and also the event when to take this validation, and then you have to write the script for the validation, which on which field you have to, which attribute you have to get the validate, you have get validated, and which is the condition. In the case of this name, you will just have to check whether it is null or not. Okay, in some cases like phone number, you have to compare whether it's a text or a numeric and such cases. Okay, so each and every field you can use this form validation. Thank you.